Well, good afternoon, everyone. 48 First Alert Meteorologist Chelsea Aaron here just to walk you through the short-term forecast, what the rest of today looks like through the end of the week, and also your long-term forecast. So as we head into the upcoming weekend and also next week, because we do have a warming trend coming, and I think that's the news that everyone is looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and take you to my graphics here, if you can see those. Live look at Madison and I-565, where we saw clouds early on today. Even saw a few flurries this morning. Maybe it startled some, but granted, the dry nature of the snow that we had earlier this morning basically resulted in little to no impacts. We didn't see any additional accumulations, and even though it is cold out there, most roadways looking pretty nice. Note, we're not going to rise above freezing until Friday afternoon, and the dangerous cold, that's going to be the main story as we head throughout the next 12 to 16 hours. So the flurries are completely gone. Most of us seeing sunshine. Despite the sunshine, though, we are stuck with this Arctic air mass. We will see clear skies linger through the evening hours. The flurry activity has completely diminished. Still seeing some flurries along the Cumberland Plateau there. Areas along the Smoky Mountains, they saw a lot more snow than we did. Hopefully you were able to enjoy the 1 to 2 inches that we received, but I'm glad that this was overall a quick hitting system. We didn't really see many major travel impacts. I can't rule out secondary roadways, maybe even the extreme high elevations, ridge tops still being patchy, black iced over as we head into the evening hours, but again, most roads, primary roads, are going to be A-okay. Still seeing sun out there, but temperatures brutal, and this spans across much of the southeast, even along the Gulf Coast. Check out Mobile. They're only sitting at 43 degrees, and our normal high temperature is in the 50s for this time of year, so we are about 30 degrees below that. St. Louis, only 16 degrees. Here in Huntsville, right at 28 degrees, Birmingham at that freezing line, but this is as good as it's really going to get today. And I don't think this graphic really does it justice, because this is not what it feels like. When you factor in the wind chill, and we've been dealing with blustery winds out of the north for a couple of days now, it is making it feel several degrees colder. Note, we will be tracking occasional gusts between 15 and 20 miles per hour likely through the evening, overnight, and through daybreak on Friday. And that is what's going to add to the current cold. So wind chills today only feeling like the teens. We've been stuck in the teens all day long, and even at 11 o'clock earlier this morning, some places, especially in southern Middle Tennessee, they were feeling still like the single digits. And so again, this is going to be dangerously cold for some as we head overnight. Make sure you continue to bring your pets indoors. If it's too cold for you, it's too cold for them. I say this time and time again. Also, continue to drip your faucets. This is definitely pipe bursting weather. I recommend dripping the hot and the cold faucet, just a steady stream, and opening up your cabinet doors, just depending on your insulation within your residence. And please limit your exposure outdoors as well, especially after sunset. Note, we're not going to rise above freezing today, but the extreme cold, that's going to be moving in quickly after sunset, because we're under a very dry Arctic air mass. I mean, look at the dew points right now. Dew points, even in the single digits in some places. Winchester, the dew point temperature is at 6. And so with very dry air, you are going to cool down quite quickly. And I know many of you are like, well, it's already been cold today. It's going to get even colder. So I'm going to take you through a future cast just to show you a look at Temperatures through the rest of the afternoon, overnight, and through daybreak on Friday. And after this, we're going to take a quick break, and I will show you the forecast through the rest of the week, the weekend, and into the following week. So upper 20s for your high temperature, but most of us only feeling like the teens. Skies will remain clear with temperatures dropping back quickly after sunset. Overnight lows look to fall area-wide into the teens, maybe even isolated single digits, anywhere from 9 to 14 degrees, but wind chills could be near and below zero. And we're going to take a quick break, and make sure you stay tuned for further information on the forecast in the days ahead. And again, a look at your future wind chills. Thank you so much for tuning in on this afternoon. Wind chills will likely start dropping back into the single digits as early as 7 o'clock this evening. And how low do they go? It's going to be the same story as this morning. Near, below zero likely. We could even see as low as 5 below zero. Please dress in multiple layers before you head out the door. Again, make sure you are taking all of those necessary winter precautions, but much improvement coming after Friday morning. We will see more sunshine in the forecast on Friday. After frigidly cold temperatures in the morning, temperatures will rise finally above freezing by the afternoon. Afternoon highs look to reach the upper 30s, lower 40s, and this is the warmest we've been for quite some time. We will see another night of freezing temperatures though. However, the warming trend is going to extend into the weekend. What we have coming our way in the upper levels is what we call a ridge. Usually we have either a ridge or a trough. A trough is going to bring us wet, cool weather. A ridge typically brings us dry and warmer weather. In the summer, if we get stuck under a ridge, that's where we see potentially triple-digit heat for days on end. We're not going to be seeing that. Granted, we're only in February, but this ridge is going to help warm temperatures steadily through Saturday and even into Sunday. And we have what we like to call a zonal pattern that will be setting up. And basically what a zonal pattern is it flows west to east. It's basically parallel to your latitude lines. And under a zonal pattern, we usually see quiet weather. So not only are we going to see warmer temperatures over the weekend, but we're also going to see plenty of sunshine. So the warm temperatures are not going to come with the rain or storms, thankfully, at least not this time around. So a look at your weekend forecast for you. We will see partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies both days, Saturday and Sunday. High temperatures on Saturday, middle and upper 40s. On Sunday, pushing closer to normal into the 50s. Note, each evening and morning still going to be quite cold with sub-freezing temperatures, and that's just due to the very dry air in place. Get ready for that, but the afternoons are going to be much more tolerable. We will rise into the middle and upper 30s, likely late Saturday evening into Monday morning, and then spring-like weather back in the forecast. We're going to warm all the way into the 60s by Monday afternoon. If you like that, it's going to get even better overnight Monday into Tuesday morning. Low temperatures above freezing in the 40s, and then we could see high temperatures potentially as warm as the 70s compared to the extreme cold we're dealing with right now. Y'all, this is going to feel like summer. I don't know about you, but I might have to do some sunbathing a little early this year. It's going to be beautiful next week, a much needed treat after we've dealt with rounds and rounds, it feels like, of winter weather. Someone put a comment on one of my Facebook posts not too long ago, and I love it. I said this during the noon show. The best part about winter is when it's over. Am I right? Again, warmth is going to be the main story next week. Wednesday, we keep the 60s near 70 degrees, and after Wednesday, we will be tracking light rain chances coming back into the forecast. Right now, no signs of any severe weather. With the rain also comes a slight cool down as temperatures drop back into the 50s next Thursday, and Friday is not looking as drastic as this recent cold snap though, and temperatures will likely rebound by the following weekend into the 60s. So here's a look at your 10-day forecast. Very cold in the short term. Again, make sure you are dripping your faucets, you're protecting your pets, and you are also staying warm. Wearing multiple layers, limiting your exposure outdoors. We have another cold weather advisory overnight through Friday for dangerous near and below zero wind chills, but Friday afternoon we finally get above freezing, and also Friday is going to be our next weather radio programming event. We are going to be at the Ace Hardware in Jones Valley. We would love to see you there. Please come say hello if you can. Expect plenty of sunshine through the weekend. Huntsville Havoc will be back in town on Saturday, and temperatures will warm into the 40s by Sunday in the 50s. And hey, the sky's the limit. We'll keep warming into the 60s, near 70 degrees by next week before light rain chances come back into the forecast, likely next Thursday. Rainfall totals at this time looking light, no wintry weather, no severe weather, and that is always good news, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera around one more time before I say goodbye. We're trying to do more of these streams. Again, I appreciate you for tuning in. Chief Meteorologist Brad Travis is going to have more details on the forecast later on this evening and through the rest of the week. Thank you again, everyone.